I unpaired my husband's phone from the car. So this is going to sound like nothing, like the smallest, pettiest thing a wife could do. And I guess technically it is, but I need to tell somebody because the way it blew up is still sitting on my chest 3 days later. We share the car. It's a his and hers situation where it's really just one car and we trade off, and his phone had been the primary paired device since we bought it, which meant every time I got in, the screen lit up with his stuff, his podcasts, his maps history, his contacts scrolling across the dash like a little parade. And when a text came in, it read the sender's name out loud in that flat robot voice. For months, I didn't think about it. It was just background noise. Then last Tuesday, I'm driving to pick up groceries. His phone's connected over Bluetooth from the house somehow because he'd left it near the garage. And the car goes, "Message from Danielle." I don't know a Danielle. I mean, I know his coworkers, I know his sister's friends. I go to the barbecue every summer where I nod at 40 people whose names I forget. There's no Danielle. So I did the thing you do, which is nothing, because it's a name, and names are not evidence of anything. And I am not a crazy person. But when I got home, I opened the car settings and I unpaired his phone. Set mine as primary. That's it. That's the whole crime. I told myself it was because I was sick of his podcasts autoplaying, which was also true. He noticed within a day. "Hey, did you do something to the car?" "Yeah, I set my phone as the main one. Yours kept hijacking the speakers." And he goes, "Oh, can you switch it back?" "Not okay. Not sure, whatever. Can you switch it back?" With this little edge, like I'd rearranged something in a room he thought was his. Why does it matter? You can still connect, you just have to pick it from the list every time. It's just easier if it's automatic. It's automatic for me now. He didn't say anything else that night, but the next morning I'm making coffee and he's standing in the kitchen holding his phone, and he says real casual, "So does the car, like, keep a history of what's connected? Old messages or anything?" And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I swear to you the temperature in that kitchen dropped 10 degrees. "Why?" I said. Not a question, just the word. No reason. I read something about privacy stuff. Cars storing your data. You've never once cared about a privacy setting in your life. You still use password as your password. He laughed, and it came out wrong too fast. I just don't love the idea of the car holding onto my texts. So here's the thing. I hadn't looked. I want to be clear about that. Up until that exact moment, Danielle was a name a robot said in traffic, and I'd genuinely half forgotten it. I unpaired his phone because his podcasts annoyed me. That's the honest truth. But a man does not stand in his own kitchen at 7 a.m. asking whether the family car has a memory unless there is something in that memory he doesn't want found. I put my coffee down. It does, actually. It keeps the last connected device's message log until it's overwritten. I made that up. I have no idea if that's true. I said it like I was reading it off a receipt. He went gray. Just gray, all at once, like someone pulled a plug. "Okay," he said. "Okay, before you can we sit down? Let me explain something. Because it's not what it looks like." "What does it look like?" "I don't know, that's why I want to explain it." And I stood there in my robe with my terrible coffee, and I realized I had two choices. I could let him build me a story from scratch, right there, watching my face to see which parts landed. Or I could not. So I said, "Who's Danielle?" His mouth opened. Nothing came out. He hadn't known I'd heard the name. I watched him do the whole math in his head, the whole desperate recalculation, and I watched him land on the fact that he had no idea how much I knew, which meant he had no idea what lie was still safe. "I can see you deciding what to tell me," I said. "Take your time. I already forwarded the pairing log to my email." I hadn't. There is no log. I don't even know if that's a feature, but I said it exactly the way you'd say a fact. He sat down at the kitchen table and put his face in his hands, and through his fingers he said the sentence that ended it. He said, "How long have you known?" "He's been sleeping in the guest room since Wednesday. He still doesn't know I never opened a single